My name is Edith Jonathan.
And I'm Ara Larry Coates.
And this is the South Bristol Scoop.
The SBS Spindrifters had their first jump rope show on January 28th. They traveled to Durham and Turner to perform for a K-2 school and a 3-4 school. Our team is sponsored by the American Heart Association, and our team has been promoted a healthy heart across Maine since the 1990s. Their next show is on Monday in China and Winslow. And now news from the rest of the world with Edith.
Former German President Horst Köhler, an IMF leader, died on February 1st, 2025, at age 81. He had the ceremonial post of a German president after a finance-focused career. Shortly into his second term, he became the first German president to resign. The Grammy Awards happened this Sunday the 2nd. Beyoncé won the Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter, while Lamar's Not Like Us won both Record of the Year and Song of the Year. Now, some local sports with Aria.
There are 5 South Bristol girls who play on the Bristol and South Bristol basketball team. The girls finished their regular season undefeated. Go girls! They played Wiscasset at home in their first playoff game. They won easily, setting up a second-round matchup. In the second round, they beat Great Salt Bay 51-15. They played for the Bus Line League South Championship next against Jefferson Village School. If they win that game, they'll play for the North Champion for the league title. For boys basketball, there's one South Bristol boy who plays on the Bristol and South Bristol basketball team. In their playoff game against Great Salt Bay, the Bristol and South Bristol boys team won 44-23. Next, they beat Woolwich with the number 1 seed. Alas, they finally lost 24-15 to Boothbay to end their season. And now, Lincoln Academy Sports with Edith.
Boys varsity basketball. The LA boys varsity basketball team beat Leavitt 56-44. They lost to Belfast 50-39. On Tuesday, they beat Maine Central Institute 62-44. The boys are 12-5 on the season, and the boys are 4th seed in Class B South. For girls varsity basketball, the girls lost to Leavitt 54-37. They lost 50-47 in a very close game against Belfast. On Tuesday, they beat Maine Central Institute 57-21. Their record now stands at 8-9, and they're in 11th place. Now for some track and field. The boys-girls track and field both had a meet at the University of Southern Maine in Gorham. Boys running. Lincoln Academy boys came in 3rd in their most recent meet. They scored 74 points in the 18 meet. David Winchenbach won the 55-meter hurdles and the long jump. Jordan Anderson won the 55-meter dash and the 200-meter races. Does he ever lose? Owen Card came in 2nd for the 1-mile run. Now for some girls running. The girls came in 5th for their 18 meet. They scored 43 points. SBS alums. Mercy Buckwalder came in 3rd for the 55-meter dash and won the 200-meter dash. Dylan Burmeister finished 2nd in the girls' mile run, 5 minutes and 47 seconds, and 2nd in the 800-meter dash. Before we move on to New England sports, we'd like to thank the sponsors of our program. Many thanks to the First National Bank, to the Coastal Locker Room, and the Rotary Legs Club. We couldn't do this without you. Now for some New England sports with Aria.
The Boston Bruins lost to the Winnipeg Jets 6-2. They beat the New York Rangers 6-3, and on Tuesday they beat the Minnesota Wild 3-0. For some pro football. In pro football, the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs will be playing for the Super Bowl title this weekend. It should be a great game. The Celtics won 4 games in a row. The Celtics beat the Chicago Bulls 122-100. The Celtics beat the Chicago Bulls. Oh, I just read that. The Celtics narrowly beat the New Orleans Pelicans 118-116. The Celtics came back from 26 points down to beat the Philadelphia 76ers 118-110 on Sunday. On Tuesday, the number 2 Celtics visited the number 1 Cleveland Cavaliers and came away with a 112-105 victory. And now down at the wharf. This is the latest info from Ozier's Wharf, a longtime South Bristol establishment. The lobster prices are soft-shell lobster is $8.55 per pound, and hard-shell are $8.95 per pound. Bait prices, herring and pogies, are $2.65 per pound, and monkfish are $3.65 per pound. And from the South Bristol Fishermen's Co-op, founded in 1972, soft-shell lobster is $10.99 per pound, and hard-shell is $11.99 per pound. And now for some bait, a box of pogies is $38.50, and the salted herring is $103.50 per barrel. And now for our feature story. 5 shrimp licenses were given to Lincoln County fishermen. Only 7 were given in the entire state. The Maine Department of Marine Resources has selected 7 fishermen to go shrimping starting in February. This is big news because no one has been able to catch or sell shrimp in the last 10 years. The reason for this is because the shrimp population was way down and the state wanted it to recover. 1996 was the peak of Maine shrimping, but in 2013 the catch went way down. Warm waters seem to be the biggest reason for the decline in population. The 7 fishermen are part of a pilot study to see how the shrimp population is doing. 3 will catch shrimp with traps, 4 will trawl for shrimp. David Ozier and Adam Gamage are South Bristol fishermen that were chosen from the 40 applicants. All 7 fishermen have the gear and the experience shrimping. The fishermen are allowed to fish once a week and collect up to 1,200 pounds of shrimp each week for the rest of the winter. They are only going to fish for 6 weeks. The fishermen are excited to start to shrimp again, to help with the study and to make some money in this traditional Maine industry. The South Bristol Scoop hopes to get an interview with one of the fishermen at the end of the study to see how it went. And here's your 3-day weather and tide forecast with Edith.
Today, it'll be a high of 38 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 14 degrees Fahrenheit with a 70% chance of rain. On Friday, it'll be 38 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 23 degrees Fahrenheit. On Saturday, it'll be a high of 27 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And here's our 3-day tide forecast. Pay close attention to low tides if you want to get out there on the Clam Flats. It'll be high tide at 4:54 a.m. and 5:41 p.m. It'll be low tide at 11:27 a.m. and 11:39 p.m. Friday's tides, it'll be a high tide at 6:01 a.m. and 6:34 p.m. It'll be low tide at 12:39 p.m. Saturday's tides, it'll be a high tide at 7:10 a.m. and 8:02 p.m. It'll be low tide at 12:49 a.m. and 1:49 p.m. We're glad you joined us this week to get the latest on local, county, and national news.
Thanks for watching the South Bristol Scoop. hair so poofy over there. No.
Why is my neck so long?
I know, I look like a snake.
Let's go to camera 3. Sabrina, you camera 3. All right.
Oh.
Okay, you gotta widen that up.
Start, stop button.
Stop, stop
Big
right
red
here.
one.
All right, go see if this one over here is on it too.
This one's your camera, Edith.
Hold still.
Yeah.
All right, John, let's get your camera sighted in.